Good morning. We we the post vacation scrub. It's all right. Mountain man. Just need your cowboy hat, man, and your cowboy boots. Okay, we got a timer now. So now you can see the whole bit. I made you that little timer there in the bottom left-hand corner. We are hot.
I think I might have blocked in your neighbor because he had the trash can out. He's getting knocked on the door. Move the truck.
Tell them, oh well. Wouldn't be the first time. Yeah, so you got the timer now, so you can see that.
Yeah.
We're about a minute 20, minute 15.
Anything you want to talk about today?
XFL, man. The Brahmas, dude.
Oh, come on, man.
Come on. How can you not talk about them, bro?
Dude, I've never seen one single play of a Brahmas game.
I watched the Brahmas games with my dad, man. I'm glad that they're moving on to the championship. They had a big turnaround. They only won 3 games last season. Under new coach.
They don't
coach.
They
man.
don't wait. They don't live here. They don't practice here. They don't.
Still
live
part
here.
of the city, man. We're talking about the Brahmas.
They're here for 6 hours and they bounce.
We're talking about the Brahmas.
They're here for 6 hours and they bounce.
Fernandez, y'all are late. No, I wasn't late. Mike is late like usual. I said, you coming in? He's like, yeah, I'm pulling up the subdivision. I said, all right. Yeah, I have more people coming over to look at the roof, man. Got a leak in the roof somewhere.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Welcome to another episode of the Alamo City Sportscast with Mike Jimenez and Joe Garcia. Make sure to subscribe and hit that like button. Join the discussion as we broadcast live from beautiful West San Antonio. And remember to tip your hosts as it helps the show grow.
What's going on, San Antonio? What's going on, South Texas? I am back from vacation. I got the scruff going today. My name's Mikey Jimenez. That is Joe Garcia. This is the Alamo City Sportscast. We are 909 subscribers strong, making that march to 1,000. We want 950 by the end of June, 1,000 by the end of July. Let's make it happen. You know what, Joe?
Get there.
Producing today's show, I refereed high school basketball yesterday.
Nice.
It was Kennedy against Marshall High School, and it was McCollum against Burbank over at Kennedy High School, right? So I know the season's over. I know that school is out, but it's the same players, and they're wearing district jerseys, though. They can't wear their school jerseys, and they have a parent who coaches, right? But yesterday, 2 of the officials were like, dude, you used to do that show over on Sports Star.
Oh, God.
And they're like, what do you do now? Do you still have another show? Again, people don't know this, so they got their phones out. They subscribed. That was subscription number 908 and number 909 yesterday.
Yeah, we got them.
We're getting closer and closer. But here's the thing. On vacation, I'm back after 4 days. Dude, Nashville's amazing. I got to tell you, man. Nashville's going to be the place that I go to year after year after year.
You're going to retire in Nashville.
Well, here's the thing. I like to go party. Okay? Extroverted Mike, Demon Mike likes to go out and party. And we go out there to like 6th Street in Austin. We'll go to Bourbon Street in New Orleans, right? Or we'll go to the Strip in Vegas.
Yeah.
The Strip, too crowded, right? It's just crowded, super expensive. You go to Bourbon Street, place is just trashy. I mean, it smells like piss. Okay.
Is it worse than 6th Street?
You go to 6th Street, there are a bunch of people there who are 21 years old, drunk off their ass, and just acting a fool.
And
right?
the place does stink.
It does.
It smells.
You go to Nashville, 100,000 people showed up for the CMA Fest.
Yeah.
100,000. I never felt more safe. The police there, super nice. None of them were dicks. Super nice. The drinks were relatively okay in price. The proximity of where all the stages were, all those bars, so close. It was clean. I saw no litter. It didn't smell like piss. I never felt unsafe. I didn't see a fight break out. Nice weather. Everyone was drunk. Don't get me wrong, but everyone was on their best behavior.
But you can't say now
drunk.
that you're 1-0 in Nashville fights now.
Midtown Texas say Mike just likes being around white people.
He does, man. The coconut's coming out.
And then Sith coming out saying Nashville smelled like hot sauce and nice ass. Oh my God, dude. It was white girl heaven over there. If you like girls in denim skirts, or jeans with boots. Doesn't matter what race, whether they were Asian, Hispanic, African American, white.
Yeah.
It was all there, baby.
Look at
It was all there.
JHNSB. How come no show Friday or Monday? Well, if you would have looked at our Twitter, your answer's right there, man.
Yeah, the weather knocked us out on Monday.
Yeah.
Yeah, because of the storms that came rumbling on in. Joe, you had a leak over here at the studio.
Yeah, man. I had a leak in my roof upstairs, and thank God that nothing made it down here. But yeah, I'm still dealing with that leak.
So Midtown
issue.
asking the question, Mike, do the drapes now match the carpet now? Thank you for asking it and phrasing it in that way, because I'm happy to report that the grays have not traveled south yet. But I got the scruff, Joe. I walked in. What did I say? I said, here's my scruff. I shave every day. Okay.
Yeah.
At worst, maybe 24 hours without a shave. I like being clean shaven.
Yeah.
Right now, I'm 3 days in. I think that I'm about 2 days away from actually having a goatee.
Look at this. Hit the lights. Morning Wolverine.
That is freaking fantastic. I had a blast over there in Nashville. Got to see a lot of country music. Got a lot of drinking. Dude, I'll tell you what. The bar that I liked the most was the one I did not want to go to, which was the Kid Rock Steakhouse. 4 levels of music, right? Down low, it's kind of like a rock concert going on. Singing a lot of 90s rock and whatnot. Second level, another concert. Third level, another concert. Up on the rooftop, another concert. Was amazing.
Look at Sam Salinas. Gotta admit, I was jealous over your distillery tip.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let's go ahead and show that on my screen here, because
you got it up already. Here?
So
right,
I kept on sending photos like this, and people are asking the question, who drinks from the bottom? Well, first of all, how else does everybody else drink? Okay, it's not a sippy cup. Okay, if I was to turn it all the way around, it would just roll and dribble down my neck.
No, man, I just grab it from the bottom of the cup or whatever, the shot glass, and you just drink it.
Dude, that was basically pure vodka, and it was a vodka soaked pineapple in the middle right there. That's not ice. That's a big ass chunk of pineapple. That was strong, man. These drinks were really, really strong over there. But I was sending these photos out there because, I just think it's funny. I did that here I am at Morgan Wallen's bar with a nugget singing down low.
Yeah, they were gonna put you on memes with that look, bro.
Yeah. This was over in Franklin, Tennessee. So Franklin, Tennessee is a city of about 75,000 people, about 25 to 30 miles outside of Nashville. And it is superstar heaven over there because, as I mentioned, Reese Witherspoon and Keith Urban and Chris Stapleton and Tim McGraw, Faith Hill, Justin Timberlake, Amy Grant all live there. Miley Cyrus lives there. The small town. Imagine that. A small town of 75,000 people. And that's just naming a few of them. Ashley Judd lives there. There's a bunch of other country stars that live there. A lot of actors and actresses that live there as well. It's amazing.
Well, I want to know, did you see Jelly Roll?
You know what? I did not see Jelly Roll.
Right.
You know why? Because there was so much good live music going on that could be had for free. I just couldn't spend $200-$300 a ticket
to see Jelly Roll.
But who I did see was Charles Esten.
Oh yeah,
I was excited about this, man. Dude, Charles Esten was the nicest guy of all time. I saw him perform at the Franklin Theater. 295 people in attendance because that's the max capacity there. Charles Esten is an actor and a comedian.
Yeah,
he's also a very, very, very good singer. So he was in that show, Whose Line Is It Anyway, back in the 90s.
Oh yeah, I remember
with
that.
Wayne Brady and all them. He was part of that cast, but he was clean shaven at the time. Then you go on to he was on the show Nashville, which, by the way, I do have video of. So this is courtesy of ABC. Let me go ahead and bring that up on my screen over here. Your chat GPT is coming up over here. Let me see here. So I don't know if you remember this show, but Nashville was big on ABC from 2012 to 2018. I'm rewatching it right now on Hulu. One of my favorite shows. There he is right there. Connie Britton was one of the actresses on this show. It's a very good show about country music and about how people are trying to break into the industry in the city of Nashville, country music, the backstabbing and whatnot. It's like a soap opera, but I got to meet him. He's also on the TV show Outer Banks. He has a very wacky character on Outer Banks on it's a teen drama on Netflix right now. Nice guy. Took photos. Got to have a nice little 5-minute conversation with him. Shook his hand a couple of times. We took several photos. He was a very, very nice guy. We talked about my favorite song on his album. I enjoyed it, man. I enjoyed it. But I'm glad to be back. I'm going to take this off right now.
Yeah.
I'm glad to be back. We have a lot to get into today, by the way. Besides the scruff, should I keep the scruff? Yes or no?
Yeah.
That's the thing. Tex-Mex Frank, thank you so much for the $5 super chat. It says, Buenos dias, Mike and Joe. Joe, hope your roof issues is resolved by your insurance. If not, here's Feria for the plate sale.
You know what it's going to be? The plate sale? It's going to be crispy dogs, bro.
Nice. Nice.
Right?
It's funny. I leave and it suddenly starts raining. I'm on the flight back home and I see these reports saying that there's these road closures on Grossenbacher and all that stuff. I'm like, what the heck going on, man? I leave for 1 minute. Bear County calling me Patches Jimenez. That's basically it, dude.
Patches.
Like, I can rock the goatee more than likely, but everything like to connect the goatee, not going to happen. I haven't gone a full week without shaving in about 20 years. I went camping one time and I didn't shave for a week. It's been 3 or 4 days. I think it's been since like Friday.
Oh my God. My cosplayed as Jelly Rolls open their butter roll.
Now, dude, Jelly Roll was thinking hip hop
Butter
the other
roll.
day, man. He was thinking hip hop. I don't know if you saw that, but Jelly Roll was giving some
Telling a dude, man,
The
he can
talented
switch it
guy.
up, man.
Congratulations also to Lainey Wilson, by the way, because the Nugget, who's also a country superstar, was inducted into the Grand Ole Opry. She was
Nice.
number 275, and they made that reveal over at.
Did you go
CMA
check
Fest.
it out?
I went to the Ryman Auditorium
Okay.
and I got to hang out on the stage and all that. It was great, man.
Look at this, man. Our boy Sith Elias. He posted a video of himself chugging a michelada like a man.
He's doing it wrong. You're supposed to hold the drink and then look into the camera.
Oh,
Do it
God,
better.
no.
That's it. Look. He's doing the same angle.
Nah, he has to put his face further down, man.
All right. So what sports are we getting into? I think our predictions about the Dallas Mavericks might be in jeopardy right now. The
Yeah,
Mavericks
man.
down 2-0. Game 3 of the NBA Finals gets going tomorrow night. We talked about on Thursday how the Lakers got their guy, man. They pinpointed their guy. How embarrassed should the LA Lakers be by the fact that they got spurned? By the fact that the guy that they wanted
Didn't want to coach for
didn't
them.
want to coach for the Lakers.
He'd rather stay with UConn.
Well, I mean, dude, they lowballed him. On Thursday, they're going to make this Godfather offer for him, and then they just gave him an offer that he can get back at UConn.
It was Marbach nice, the offer.
It was a Marbach nice offer.
But you know what? He turned down $20 million
Right.
to stay right where he's at. I guess he doesn't want to deal with the headache.
Well, no, it was a 6-year, $72 million.
Yeah,
So
but
about 12 a year.
Yeah, well, he turned down. He's making $20 million less by staying at UConn. If he had went with the Lakers, he would have
Right.
made more money. But
But it's fewer years.
exactly,
And it's not like they weren't going to extend him at UConn. He's won back-to-back national
Yeah,
championships.
I think he's, as a coach, and seeing what he was starting at UConn, he just wants to stay and finish what he started with these kids and see where his career will go. And you know what? I think he made the right move because with the Lakers, you don't have longevity as a coach in the NBA. If you're not producing and you're not really getting into that NBA finals area, or you're going to the Western Conference finals, they're going to go ahead and fire you, bro.
Maybe he didn't want to be with LeBron.
He don't want to deal with the headache, man.
And we're going to go over that a little
Yeah.
bit more, and whether these coaches are really worth what they're getting paid, because I'm taking a look at a list right now of how much every single head coach in the NBA makes, and we need to ask ourselves the question: are they worth the dimes that they're making, man? More NBA talk. We're getting closer and closer to the NBA draft. It's about 2.5 weeks away.
16 days away.
I saw a mock draft last night from a very reputable place that just blew my mind. It blew my mind.
Spurs might be picking somebody that should be going later, man. They're going to do a primo again. You watch.
Well, it blew my mind because it had 2 big names available at number 4 that most mock drafts don't have. Is it possible that Zachary Reese-Archet is falling down? Is it possible that Stephon Castle might be available at 4?
Is Sar going to be available at 4?
I saw one with Sar going at number 5.
That's crazy,
So,
dude.
so that's the thing about the NBA draft is that we're not going to know because there's no tier 1 talent. It's beauty's in the eye of the beholder. So we're going to talk about that and what Jeff Garcia has going on Locked On Spurs, because lots of great content going on at Ken's 5 right now. So we'll get into that. Demon Mike might make an appearance. I have photos of a performer there in Nashville who was Nugget quality, and then it scared me.
Oh God.
We're going to have to find out. Does she qualify as a Nugget? I say yes, but is it too much? You know how we sometimes see the photos of the WWE ladies?
Oh man, they're all hot, bro.
They're all hot,
Come on, man.
but they're also buff, right? They're
No,
muscular.
Not all of them are like that.
Is there
man.
a point? Is there a point of no return? Is there such a thing as being too buff to be hot? Caitlin Clark getting mocked on the court now. We'll get into that. And I guess we'll talk about the Brahmas. I'm going to sit that one out, dude, because when it comes to the Brahmas, I don't care. I like to me, it's like NFL, NBA, college basketball, maybe WNBA. We have somewhere golf, tennis, missions.
We're just going to
high school football.
We're just going to congratulate the Brahmas,
Demon
man.
Mike. Brahmas are down here.
It's fine, bro.
I mean, I like San Antonio FC more than Brahmas. Dude, they don't play here. They don't live here.
And San Antonio FC does?
San Antonio FC, they do live here.
I mean, they train here and all that. That's great. But the players don't necessarily live here either. Well, they might come here for the season.
They come here for the season.
Same thing with the Brahmas,
dude, half the Spurs don't live here.
Exactly.
Dude, I have a problem with that, dude. If they're going to be a San Antonio team, then you know what? Have a 210 area code on your cell phone.
Oh, man.
Have a 782 -- on your zip code.
You're just being petty, bro.
I'm not being petty. It's ridiculous, man. Dude. They do not eat in San Antonio restaurants. Yeah. They don't they don't go to San Antonio bars. They don't do any San Antonio nightlife. They come on a business trip. They spend the night. They play at the Alamo Dome. They go on the bus. They fly back to Dallas.
I
can't support that.
They put their clothes in the trash bag and get on the bus.
I don't give a crap if they go and win a title and they have a parade down the Riverwalk.
Same
I don't
thing
care.
Can be said
I don't care
for a lot of these other teams too, man. I mean,
Brahmas,
Gunslingers,
minor league football,
San Antonio Gunslingers.
Dude, I checked out with the Commanders. I enjoyed the Commanders. God. It was good times. Had fun out there.
You're the reason we can't have nice things.
Jesus, man. how many of these football teams am I going to have to cheer for?
Don't cheer for them. You barely cheer for UTSA. Okay, come on, bro.
Dude, I go to almost all the UTSA games.
I said, but you barely cheer for them. You're like, no, crowd's not loud enough.
I'm the only one cheering. I'm cheering against the crowd. So what do you want to get into first, Joe?
Oh, my God. But you know what? We did have some news that came in on the wire right here about 30 minutes ago. It's being announced by Ari Mirov. He was saying that it was just announced that 49ers running back Christian McCaffrey will be the cover athlete of the Madden NFL 25.
The curse.
The curse, brother. There he is.
So first of all, people don't realize this. A lot of people don't. The original EA Madden games, where it goes EA Sports, it's in the game. Rob Thompson of San Antonio Sports Star was the original voice of EA Sports back in the day.
Yeah, I remember he used to say he used to work for them.
He used to work for EA Sports in Orlando. So, so people believe in the Madden curse. I don't think it's really happened as much the past few years, but back in the day, it was a really big deal, man.
Same thing with the NBA 2K, man.
Yeah.
He came out on the cover. Oh, man.
Not so much anymore, but Christian McCaffrey does deserve it. I did see a TikTok making fun of the fact that Brandon Ayuk is being disrespected by the 49ers right now, the star wide receiver. I don't know if I call him a star wide receiver. He's a very good wide receiver, but Ayuk wants more money, right? And they keep telling him, we can't give you more money because we don't have money to spend. There's cap issues. But what do? They gave Christian McCaffrey a raise, $4 million more. I'm not even sure he was asking for it. I think they were like, Brandon, we just want to make you happy. Christian, we want to make you happy.
Sam Salinas, man, you and him could be friends, bro.
Sam Salinas comes out and says, how can we get into anything when all we get is minor league sports that fold quickly? How many football teams have there been?
It's been a couple. Usually it's the Gunslingers. It was the Brahmas. No, you have the Brahmas now. Before it was the Commanders. And then you had those other teams that were in the Arena League. Remember from years ago? They didn't last very long. They folded as well.
Dude, no, man. I used to live at Alamo. What's it called? What's that Alamo Stadium where the Gunslingers used to play back in the day?
Yeah.
With that glassy, that crappy shit that would get on your dollar. That would get on your legs when you sat there at the rock pile.
Oh, yeah, that nasty stuff.
Yeah, I don't know. You got itchy. You got itchy leg for some reason.
Yeah, man. You know what? The Gunslingers, they used to play when they were owned by the other ownership group.
Yeah.
Before they went to John Wayne, took ownership of the team. They were playing in a freaking barn, bro. Raccoon crap all over the place and stuff. They had horses running around in there before.
Now that
smelled like crap.
Now they're at the Freeman.
Now, because they're with John Wayne, he says, yeah, we're going to go ahead and treat y'all better over here.
They're at the Freeman.
We should go and see it because they do have a nice area at the Gunslingers games.
Yeah.
When you go in there, they have like a little VIP area where they have tables out and everything. You could just sit down. Great view of the field. You're watching the players close up. We should do that, man.
That one I might be interested in because it's just the you're so close to the action.
The ambiance.
Remember back in the day going to the iguanas and the dragons?
Hey,
that was fun. That
right
was
up
fun.
against the glass, bro.
That was fun. That was fun.
Going talking shit, to the other players.
Middle of July, it's 35 degrees in the place. It was great.
Dude. Felt great.
Let's talk about the NBA Finals right now. Here's where we got wrong. We kind of forgot that Kristaps Porzingis plays for that team. Game 1, Porzingis was just amazing in game 1, right? Game 2 comes out. Derek White comes out with the heroics. And it's funny because right now, when you take a look at this team right now, this team for the Celtics, who's the MVP right now? Who's the MVP? Because you go into it thinking, okay, well, the Celtics are up 2-0.
Yeah.
They can win the series in 4 or 5 potentially. You would think, okay, well, maybe it's Jaylen Brown, maybe it's Jason Tatum, but really it isn't. Is it weird for me to say that maybe, just maybe, it's Drew Holiday? Maybe, just maybe, it's Derek White? Maybe, just maybe, it's Kristaps Porzingis? Who is the MVP right now? If you had to go to Vegas right now and bet, I guess, but this is like a Swiss Army knife team. They've got so many different weapons going on that they're throwing at the Mavericks right now.
Yeah.
That it's not about the superstars.
Mavericks aren't deep enough.
Drew Holiday going out for 26 points, 11 rebounds, playing tough defense. Derek White, 18 points, getting that big block down the stretch.
Oh, they had several big blocks in game 2, man.
Joe Reinigle, San Antonio Sports, started saying that some of them were fouls.
And one of those blocks, the one that they were crediting Derek White with the block, once you look at the replay and you see everything, Derek White got the hand on the ball, but really the block was because the guy didn't dunk it right. He hit the ball, hit the rim.
Yeah.
And then Derek White kind of deflected it. But you know what? It could have been a dunk if he had jumped just a little bit higher.
But Derek White going off for 18 points, going off for 3 steals, 2 assists, 5 rebounds. He's doing a little bit of everything right now.
JHNSB, no lies detected. Tatum is horrible, man. But he thinks he's Kobe.
Pluto Pinch of Sports coming out and saying Celtics role players are thriving. Mavs role players haven't shown up, and that's it. But again, the role players typically do better at home.
Yeah, and they're going to be with the hometown crowd. They're going to get the hometown calls.
Yeah.
I know they didn't cry a lot about the calls that they did not get in the first 2 games. Maybe some hometown cooking will do them some good.
Well, the first game was a complete blowout.
Oh,
I mean, that game
29 points at one point.
Porzingis was just going off on everybody, and in the minutes that he was playing was this is a guy who hadn't played in like a month and a half or 2 months. They throw him out there, and they couldn't stop him. He was getting blocked.
The game of his life, bro.
He was having an amazing game.
Yeah, but he's hurt again.
Right.
He kind of tweaked his ankle. I mean, I think that's the biggest storyline that nobody's talking about from game 2. Porzingis going down.
Yeah.
How is that going to affect the complexion of the game 3?
Just 23 minutes played in game 2. Drew Holiday got me excited about Stephon Castle because remember, who have I been describing Stephon Castle as for the Spurs? If the Spurs want to go draft him, I said, who is he? So he's Drew Holiday. I said on a low end, he's Drew Holiday. On a high end, he is Tyrese Maxey. You look at Drew Holiday going out there. This is a guy that is playing solid D. He's one of the best defenders in the league. I'm not saying that he's locked down, but he's pretty damn close to it.
Yeah.
For him to go out there and not only play very, very good defense, but give you 26 points and to go grab boards, get 11 rebounds. I see Stephon Castle as that guy.
Yeah.
And Drew Holiday is the type of player. Derek White is the type of player that puts you over the top. Drew Holiday and Derek White would suck on this Spurs roster right now because you play good sometimes. If you are a good third player, right? We talk about Batman and Robin, right? We have the Batman and Wemby. They have the Batman and Robin and Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum, right?
Yeah.
But to have a really, really good team, it's that third player that comes into play that knows his role and does it very, very well. And that's where Derek White comes in, because Derek White makes good players great. He makes a good team great. I don't know if he makes a bad team average. I don't know if he makes an average team good, but he can make a good team great. And that's what Drew Holiday is doing right now as well.
Yeah, well, Derek White, I mean, playing with the San Antonio Spurs he looked great, as far as what he was able to do, but he just couldn't make this team any better because the pieces that are around here, dude, they ain't cutting it, man.
Yeah, he needs more colors in the crayon box to color what he needs to color.
Yeah.
And
these HEB crayons ain't cutting it over here in San Antonio, man.
And so a lot of Spurs fans are there going, well, Derek White could have done that for the Spurs. He couldn't have. Because his responsibilities in San Antonio would be completely different. He'd have to worry about so much going on because of deficiencies defensively for this team. He is good because he has better players around him. That's the thing. But if Derek White wins the Finals MVP, or is it considered for it?
Look, it's it.
That'd be big.
Derek White's hair was holding him back. Hey,
That's
man,
right.
He's played a lot better.
Bald Derek White is elite.
Yep.
The stats prove it.
Yeah, man. And once he cut that hair, dude, he was a different player.
It's kind of like when James Harden was
before the beard.
Before the beard, he was a certain player. After the beard, he was a different player.
Speaking of James Harden, did you see that funny video that's going around social media? They showed him at a wedding, and his girlfriend
caught the bouquet. Yeah,
and his look, he's like,
"You better sign this prenup, woman."
Yeah, man. He looked like he wasn't having none of that, dude.
JHNSBs, I don't want to see Derek White succeed without us.
Hey.
I don't care about Derek White. He's no longer on the team. Like, I don't care.
You can cheer for Derek White, as him being a former Spur if you want to,
I guess.
You want to, and you can say, like, Spurs fans are living vicariously through the cast-offs, the players that are no longer with the team. Oh, he was a former Spur. I wish him nothing but the best. I'm going to root for the Celtics. But then they shit on you for trying to root for the Mavs because they're a Texas team.
Right.
I'm like, I really don't have a dog in the fight. I just watch the game. I don't really care who wins. I'm just watching it because it's basketball, and I like watching basketball. But whoever wins, wins. It's not like I'm going to be mad either way.
The latest odds, by the way, of winning the Finals MVP, you're talking about Derek White. Derek White's still 50-1 odds. 50-1.
Wow.
Kind of tasty. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but in poker talk, these are called pot odds, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Because if it's 50-1, I would think to myself, do I have a better than a 2% chance of this happening? Right? Jason Tatum right now is plus 125. Originally, he was minus 200, so his odds get lower and lower. Jaylen Brown's at plus 175. Drew Holiday at plus 750 with 7.5-1 odds. Kristaps Porzingis at 40-1. Derek White at 50-1. Drew Holiday, though, it's plus 750 is amazing. He originally was plus 120. Mm-hmm. Think about that. He was 120-1 odds.
Yeah.
Now he's 7-1 odds. I'm just saying, people are taking notice. The gamblers are taking notice.
Starting to play a lot better, man.
Game 3 tomorrow. What do you got on that game, Joe? I mean, do you think that obviously if the Celtics win, the series is over. But this has got to be that game, that statement game from the Mavericks where Luka goes off for 44 points. That's what I'm thinking. But Vegas thinks it's going to be a close game. Dallas favored by just 1.5 points. Vegas is also expecting a higher scoring game because it's 212 for the over-under. These games have been going kind of low.
I think I still like the Mavs, man, in this game 3. I don't think they're going to win by much. I think this one will be a really close game.
Yeah.
The Mavs will find a way to win. But, the thing is that the Mavs, they already had a must-win game, and that was game 2, even game 1.
Yeah. And
they failed to win both of those. Right now, that momentum's all in the Celtics court. The Mavs right now, they kind of feel like a defeated team. This is a must-win. If there was ever a must-win, it's this one.
Yeah, defeated is the way of looking at it.
Look at the body language.
But you got Luka out there.
Yeah.
Going back home. The over-under being 212.5. First game went 196. Second game went 203. Or 206, rather.
Okay.
And the spread is, the over-under is, I'd say the first game went 196. The second game on Sunday went 203. And the over-under is 212.5. Where are these points coming from?
You got
They're like, what am I missing here?
Maybe they're making the players do some shaving.
This is a sucker's bet.
Some shaving.
This is a sucker's
Shaving of the points.
This is a sucker's bet where
What do? They shave the points and the stats in their favor. Hey, man, let me get my boy over here. Get his,
Let's talk about the LA Lakers. Where do they go from here, man? Where do they go from here? Because the Lakers on Thursday when we had our last show, it was looking more and more like they had their guy. But I like the headline that ESPN.com has right now. Says Lakers are embarrassed now, but how can they recover after Hurley's rejection? Dan Hurley, the head coach of the UConn Huskies, back-to-back national championship winners, basically turned them down, right? Turned them down because that was their guy. Early on, we were hearing that JJ Redick was the guy that they were targeting, right? Because that is LeBron James's guy. Adrian Wojnarowski on Thursday posted an article saying that no. Dan Hurley was the guy that they wanted all along. But the fact of the matter is that they gave him less money than what he could have had, than what he should have gotten. They lowballed the dude. If that is your guy, why are you lowballing him?
Go in $100 million, man.
Dude, okay. This isn't just some dude, right? This is a guy that has won back-to-back national championships at UConn. Now, the argument for Hurley to leave UConn was the fact that because of NIL, UConn does not have that money to compete with Kentucky and Arkansas anymore.
Oh, yeah. They don't got that Arkansas money now.
They don't
with
got
Jerry
the Tyson food money,
Tyson
that Jerry
and Walmart
Jones money, right?
Yeah.
They don't have any of that. But to offer him $12 million, 6 years, $70 million, right? 6 years, $70 million.
That's an okay deal.
It's not even an okay deal.
Okay.
6 years, $70 million. That's an average of 10.6.
That's not enough to be a Lakers head coach and deal with the drama and headache over there.
Tyronn Lue, who has no bona fides, dude, other than when he first became the head coach of the Clippers, making $14 million. Same city. Yeah. Not as much money as the Lakers. This is the Clippers. I mean, Ty Lue has playoff bona fides, hanging around with LeBron and all that stuff. Okay, I get that.
Yeah,
former
player now.
Was coach. Ty Lue winning because of Ty Lue, or was he winning because he had LeBron?
No, he was winning because of the plethora of talent around him, dude.
So let me ask you this. I got a list right here of the highest paid coaches in the NBA right now. Currently, right now.
Please don't say Doc Rivers.
Number 1, Steve Kerr. Now, 4 NBA titles in the past decade.
Now, how many losing seasons does he have under his belt now?
Not very many, man.
Yeah,
maybe a couple. 519 and 274 was his career record. 4 titles, makes $17.5 million.
Okay.
The second highest paid coach in the NBA right now has had 5 losing seasons in a row, which is Greg Popovich.
Oh, 6, including this season.
Yeah, we'll count this year as 6, making $16 million this year. Eric Spoelstra, third highest paid coach, making $15 million. Then it goes to Monty Williams.
Oh, God, dude.
Mike Budenholzer. Monty at $13 million. Coach Bud at $10 million. Then it goes down to Mike Brown, Nick Nurse, Jason Kidd, Doc Rivers, Quinn Snyder, Mike Malone, all in the $8 million range.
Doc Rivers is the biggest fraud, dude, in the NBA as a freaking coach, man.
He's
a fraud.
Coaching equivalent of CP3, but at least he got 1 ring, right?
Yeah.
At least he got 1. CP3 didn't have any. These are good coaches in the regular season who just wet the bed in the playoffs.
Doc Rivers, man, he's like, I don't know why he keeps getting chances here, man.
So they offered him what is the 5th highest paid NBA coaching offer, right? And some people might ask the question, well, he doesn't have any NBA experience. Why would you offer him more? It's because it's a lateral move if you keep him at that $10 million range. Because if you're making $5 or $6 million or $7 million in Connecticut, and then you go to LA, you're not actually getting a raise. Taxes are higher in
they
LA.
Sure are, man.
Taxes are higher. Cost of living is higher.
They got a state income tax, I think, too, in Cali, don't they?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man.
So they didn't offer him any really incentive other than, hey, you just want to coach the Lakers? And then he has to deal with the whole LeBron thing. LeBron James right now has a player option for like $41 million to stay this year.
Why would he want to stay with the Lakers?
Where would he go?
He want to play alongside Bronny's that's the move.
He wants to play with Bronny, but Bronny might not actually be.
Bronny might be a Spur.
Anybody.
Bronny might be a Spur.
Vegas coming out saying that Bronny is the Spurs have a lot of draft picks.
They do.
So the Spurs want to take a flyer on him, but I don't think the Spurs would do that.
I don't know, man. They might do something.
I don't see the Spurs doing that because
what are they going to do with
the Spurs
Bronny?
don't like unwanted attention.
Yeah, but what would they do with Bronny realistically? He'd be delegated to the Austin Spurs.
Right.
He wouldn't even probably sniff a court, just by sitting down. I don't know if he'd even play actual minutes.
Agreed. Let's get some love to Jeff Garcia from Locked On Spurs and Ken's 5, because I really want to talk about some of the things that he has going on.
Let's give some love
on Ken's 5 today.
Locked On Spurs is your daily Spurs podcast, hosted by Jeff Garcia, the lead Spurs writer for Ken's 5 San Antonio. Jeff has a healthy plethora of guests all the time on the Locked On Spurs podcast. You can also follow Jeff on Threads at Jeff G Ken's 5 SA. You can also follow Jeff on Twitter at Jeff G Spurs Zone. So make sure you go ahead and give Jeff a follow, not only on Threads and Twitter, but also on YouTube at youtube.com/@Locked On Spurs. This is where you're going to be able to find the replay of the Locked On Spurs podcast. Make sure to like, subscribe, and share.
So if you can show my screen, Jeff Garcia from Locked On Spurs and Ken's 5 just posted this video at Jeff G Spurs Zone. That is Zachary Rees-Sarchet, the French prospect who's going to go in the top 5. A lot of mock drafts, most mock drafts have him in the top 2. And Rees-Sarchet is on his way to San Antonio to have a workout with the Spurs. So, obviously, there's a connection there because he's French. Victor Wembanyama's French. This is a guy that most mock drafts say that you need to be in the top 2 to get. But CBS Sports released its latest mock draft last night, saying that Rees-Sarchet might be available at 4. In fact, they were saying that some of their intel is telling them that the guys from UConn, Dillingham and Shepard, are climbing back up on the mocks. Rees-Sarchet available at 4. Would you take him, or would you take Stephon Castle?
That's a tough decision, man. Oh, man. I think at the end of the day, I'd have to go with Castle.
See, and that's the thing about it, man.
It's a tough decision, man, but I think I'd have to go with Castle.
Yeah, Rees-Sarchet's been balling out in the playoffs, man. He's been playing very, very well. And you would think that he'd solidify himself as a top 2 player. So, in my eyes, is this. If the Spurs really want him, more than likely they're going to have to go up to the number 1 or 2 spot to go get him. But if he's available at 4, you have to ask yourself the question. I'm going to take this off. You have to ask yourself the question.
Who's the best available player?
Well, when do you want this talent to be effective?
Yeah, you still have the audio on.
Yeah. So when do you want him to be a role player for this team? Rees-Sarchet comes to the Spurs, right? Let's say the Spurs get the number 1 or 2 pick in the draft, right?
Yeah.
Rees-Sarchet isn't going to be playing a lot of minutes. He's not. He's still raw. He's a very good talent. His ceiling, Joe, is pretty high compared to all the other players in the draft, right? We talk about how this is a very weak draft, but his ceiling is as high as anybody else's.
Yeah.
The problem is that his bust potential is also there. So it's kind of like, would you rather have a high ceiling and a low floor, or Stephon Castle, who might have a lower ceiling, but his floor is he's going to be a very good player in the NBA? Do you want the sure thing, or do you want the potential star? And if you want that potential star, are you willing to wait 2 or 3 years to see it manifest itself?
Yeah.
That's the thing.
Oh, look at that. David Outwater says, I want Rees-Sarchet. And then Midtown Texas says, French kiss of death.
French kiss of death.
Because Fernandez, our boy's in here saying French connection.
French connection, baby. Looking at that mock draft, if you want to show my screen.
Yeah.
This is, according to CBS Sports, written by Cameron Salerno. I've been reading his stuff for years. The thing about it is this: I don't know if this is clickbait or if this is what they really think, but they have number 1 going overall, Alex Sarr. Makes sense. A lot of mock drafts have him going number 1 overall. Number 2, this is where it throws a little curveball. Rob Dillingham is that one player that you either love him or hate him.
Dilly,
Kentucky, 6'1", 165, a small guy out there, but the guy's a walking bucket.
Yeah, and that's what the Spurs need. They need a bucket getter, dude.
He's just a walking bucket in many different ways. He shoots well from 3, 44% from 3, averaged 15 points per game off the bench for Kentucky. Number 3, Reed Shepard, his teammate from Kentucky, 6'3", 52.1% from 3. Guy averaged 2.5 steals per game and 4.5 assists and 4 rebounds. He plays bigger than what he is, but he's still 6'3", 6'3.5. At number 4, the Spurs going after Stephon Castle, according to CBS Sports. And Reese Arche somehow tumbling all the way to number 5. I don't know if I believe that, man, or if this is just clickbait.
Nah, I don't know, man. The Spurs sometimes go against the grain, dude. And then you know what? It's really going to piss us off as Spurs fans.
Yeah.
Spurs at number 4, they select somebody who should have went 17 or 18.
Yeah.
That's me off.
That is my fear as well.
Yep.
Matas Buzelis from G League Ignite, the 6'10 small forward. They say 6'8, 6'10, right around there. Going at number 8. Can't shoot for anything, but man, he can finish drives.
Yeah, man. Somebody had said it in here. They said if you're going to get somebody at 4, why are they going to be projects? You know, you should have them come in and instantly be able to go ahead and contribute on this poor Spurs team. The project could be they need to correct their shot a little bit. Yeah, but you mean you don't want it broken already coming in.
Because Reese Arce and Alex Sarr are projects.
Yeah, but you don't want a broken shot coming in, dude.
Okay, I'm looking at all these players right here, right? Who are the players that can, in the top 10, who are the players that can contribute right away? Alex Sarr? No. The guy is a defensive liability at times. He's 7'1". You would hope that he develops the defensive liability, but that's actually his weakness right now.
Yeah.
9 points per game. They think he's a Rudy Gobert kind of guy. And are you excited about a Rudy Gobert kind of guy? Rob Dillingham, walking bucket. But what kind of defense is he going to play if he's 6'1"?
Hey, but everybody also wants Ice Tray too on here.
Right.
I mean, what kind of defense are you going to get out of him? At the end of the day, I don't give a damn if they can't play defense. They need people that can make
score.
Buckets, man.
Reed Shepherd, a little bit of everything. He's undersized, though. But I think Reed Shepherd is one that can actually contribute right away. Stephon Castle most definitely can contribute right away. In fact, I would go as far as to say that Stephon Castle could be a Rookie of the Year candidate.
Reese Arche or Castle? Who do you think's going to be better? Right out the gate, man.
Out the gate, Castle. Out the gate, Castle. But 5 years from now, it might be Reese Arche.
You just don't know.
But Wemby would be in year 7. It might not even be a Spur at that point.
Yeah.
Right? Or year 6.
Yeah, but it's one of those things that you just don't know about, right? You're rolling the dice because you're seeing, like, is it the floor or the ceiling?
Right.
That's intriguing to you.
Now, Klingon, the 7'2" center, if he goes number 7 to Portland, I can see him contributing early on, more on a defensive side of things. Buzelis project, send him to Austin. Now, we talked about Devin Carter. See, this is where you and I get along, Joe. And this is where we start talking about players. Remember when Nikola Topic went down and I asked the question, who was going to be the one that benefits in the mock drafts from Topic going down? Man. And I said Devin Carter of Providence.
And what happened?
And look at him. Boom! Number 9. He did very well in the combine, averaged 19 points per game, 9 rebounds per game, shot 38% from 3 at Providence.
Yeah, and then some guy was getting mad because I had it wasn't me. I'm just being the messenger.
Yeah.
They said some of the drafts, if you look, I shouldn't have to go out there and tell you guys where to look. You should be able to do that on your own. Some of these mock drafts had that guy going 17 to 19.
Who's
right? The one that
Devin Carter.
Devin Carter, right? And he's like, well, where did you see that from? Dude, Google it.
Dude, all over the place. But Devin Carter, here's the thing. Devin Carter has been getting a lot of love right now. And it's one of those things when Oklahoma City's Thunder say that they like somebody, people start paying attention.
Yeah.
When Sam Presti and those guys like a player and it gets leaked out, it suddenly becomes a thing. But I'm not going to go against it. If Devin Carter is the Spurs pick at number 8, I'd be okay with it.
Yeah, get him.
It's the fact that there's 2 things that go against him. First of all, he played 3 years of college. We're so used to seeing these guys come out and be drafted at 18 and 19. To draft a guy that's already older than Wemby.
He's what, 22,
21, right around 21. That's a little bit of hesitancy for some people. But he's a solid player coming from a Providence program, which is very disciplined.
Yeah, got a good
if you watch the way Providence plays, it is Hoosiers-esque. It is disciplined basketball.
Yeah.
You do not make a lot of major mistakes. He's actually a safer pick than most people think. He can shoot.
He's got that experience.
But what I like about his stat line, he's a point guard who, although is 6'3", averaged 9 rebounds per game. He goes out there and he's scrappy. He's going to go bang bodies down low. Devin Carter at 8, I would not hate it. But the thing is that Topic was the guy who people wanted to have early on, from
Arguably,
Serbia.
he was going to be the best point guard going early.
Point guard prospect.
Yeah.
And this is where we start talking about the Reece Shea versus Stephon Castle. Devin Carter probably has a higher higher floor than Topic, but Topic probably has a much higher ceiling.
Look at Joshua 8. If we get Devin Carter, we're cooked. Might as well trade Wemby.
Yeah, I like this Big East basketball is very pure. I don't know who said that on our stream here, but that's very true, man. Big East basketball, that's where it's at. Sam Salinas, thank you so much. But someone had a benefit, and by the way, this same mock draft has Nikola Topic dropping to number 10.
Yeah, Nikola Topic, he's going to be damaged goods, man.
Partially torn ACL. Utah Jazz might be able to get him at that point.
Yeah, and Hanover Fist draft day is going to be wild. It is going to be wild, man. We don't even know what we're going to do for the draft. Are we going to cover? Are we going to go somewhere and watch?
We got to figure this out.
The Rock is going to have a little watch party. I mean, we do that, hang out with the Gente, man.
We can do that. I'll be at the Spurs Club, though. Somebody sent me a meme saying that I overlook the complex.
What are you gonna say? Look down at them and say, "Let them eat cake. Let them eat cake." Come on, man.
Draft day is going to be wild, man. That's the thing. We don't know what's going to happen with some of these things. Now, we were talking about Jeff Garcia from Locked On Spurs and Cans 5. He had a Locked On Spurs. I subscribe on Spotify and YouTube. You should as well. He had James Pledger from San Antonio Sports Star, host of Extra Innings there. And they were asking the question, and I'm going to call it up right now. By the way, we got to talk about how was this the most ripped podcast of all time? Because we know Jeff Garcia likes to work out. He likes to work out. That's his thing.
Yeah, man.
Jeff Garcia with over 4,400 subscribers. Fantastic. But he had Pledger on. Pledger, a good friend of this show, one of my besties. And they were asking the question about Lauri Markkanen. By the way, if you want to show my screen. Pledger, suns out, guns out. Muscle shirting it into the Locked On Spurs podcast. But the question that he had on there was, which would you rather have, Joe? Darius Garland, point guard, come into the Spurs? Or would you rather have a forward like Lauri Markkanen available? Would you be okay with a good point guard, but a small forward? Or would you rather have a forward like Lauri Markkanen who can create his own shot, who's a sniper from three, who can play defense? Would you rather have that guy down there to complement Wemby and maybe just still have Trey Jones out there?
No, man. That's the thing, dude. You're going to need a good point guard. It's proven. You need a point guard to go far in this league. And if you go ahead and roll out a better version of what Jeremy Sohan, that ain't going to cut it, man.
Well, but Markkanen's so good, dude.
I get that, man. But who's going to be your point, Trey?
I wouldn't be opposed to it, man. If you package the 4 and the 8, you gave them Chicago's top 10 protected, and then you give them Keldon and salary filler.
I'll tell you this, Mike. If the Spurs don't get a point guard, sign me up for another 4 or 5 years of mediocrity.
I got to go through Lauri Markkanen's stats, though, man, because this is somebody who
I like Lauri Markkanen.
I like his play. He's just 27 years old. Averaged 23 points per game last season, 40% from three, dude. He averaged 8 rebounds and 2 assists. He's just 27. Career 38% three-point shooter. Career 7 rebounds per game. Career 18 points per game. Last 2 seasons, 25 and 23 points per game.
Look at what Puro Pinche Sports is saying. I might be crazy because I want Stephon Castle and Cody Williams.
Yeah. Also, he's 7 foot, man. A 7 foot small forward.
I like Lauri Markkanen, dude. Okay. I like him playing alongside Wemby, dude.
How many wins does this team get?
With Lauri Markkanen?
Trey Jones, Devin Vassell, Lauri Markkanen, Sohan Wemby.
10 more wins.
I'd say 15 more wins. I think it's a 37.
You still need a point
37, 38 wins.
You still need a point guard and a bucket getter, dude. Who's that guy?
Well, Markkanen's the bucket getter.
I mean, he can play alongside Wemby, but you have to go ahead and factor in that learning curve.
Again, if you are over a 55% effective field goal shooter, especially
Oh
if you're
my God,
especially if
no,
you're a volume
again.
3.
EFG, dude.
57.8, dude. That's a per of 21.5 last season. This guy is solid, man, and he screams Spur. He screams it, and he's also not American. And we like the European players, right? He's Finnish, and they call him the finisher.
I could see that, but the thing is that they would be better, right? With Markkanen, no doubt.
Yeah.
But in order to get serious and you want to contend at some point with Wemby,
Yeah.
you're going to have to go after a point guard, dude.
Well, I like what Joshua A has to say here on our YouTube stream. Says, think the Spurs might double dip at point guard, get Castle and Topic. That's funny because we've seen this in the NFL where there's some teams that go and draft 2 quarterbacks in one draft.
I remember that, dude.
That
somebody can get butthurt.
Yeah. What was that? When was that? Drafted 2 quarterbacks in the same draft. That was funny. That wasn't that Kirk Cousins?
I think it was, dude.
It was. Yeah. It was like RG3 and Kirk Cousins, if I'm not mistaken, were drafted by the team formerly known as the Redskins back in the day.
Yeah.
That is funny, man. But Castle coming out and saying that he wants to play for a team that does not have an established point guard.
Yeah.
And he does, and he only wants to work out with teams that have the need for a point guard. He said, do not make me a combo guard. I want to be a point guard.
Look at Gert Vanderkeef. He's watching us from the Netherlands. What's up? Thanks for watching, man. And then look at JHNSB says Topic is Josh Giddey.
Yeah, wow. I hadn't really thought about that. That's
good.
Yeah.
Like analogy,
That is good. So we have an article from Jeff Garcia on Kens5.com basically talking about how Danny Green was a guest on San Antonio Sports Stars The Blitz with Joe Reinagle and Jason Minix.
Yeah.
Saying that he believes that the rebuild's going to take place faster than what people think. So if you want to catch that article, go to Kens5.com. You can go to San Antonio Sports Star.com.
How can he say that, dude? They're going to be there quicker than people think. If you keep on making the same mistakes over and over, and they still roll out Coach Pop, your favorite. I mean, you still got the same pieces. It's like this, right? You're going to go to the racetrack, right? You show up every day, every weekend, right, to the racetrack with the same beat up car, and you're still running the same parts, and you're hoping to win. Mm-hmm. You ain't going to win without some upgrades, bro. Same thing's going to happen here.
You need to have a future. And remember, we talked about the movie back in the day with Adam Sandler. He has a 5-year plan. What is it? To not die? That's it. What's the 5-year plan for the WNBA when it comes to handling Caitlin Clark? Because look at this video.
Oh, man.
Look at the mocking that she's getting right now. She got fouled by a player from the Connecticut Sun yesterday. And now we're getting this.
What did she do? She didn't touch her.
No, Caitlin, she was fouled.
What'd she do?
She was fouled.
She didn't touch her.
She's not in legal guarding position, dude. That was a block. That was a block. She got beat. But she's saying that Caitlin flopped a little bit to try to sell the play. That was a foul. That was a foul. But the disrespect that she's getting these days, being left off the U.S. Olympic women's basketball team.
What was the reason why they should have put her on?
She's one of the 12 best players in the women's basketball.
Yeah, but you also had other players that are deserving as well.
No, I understand that. But here's the thing. She's big league. It's one of those things.
You put her on because you want the attention.
Well, they're saying that they kept her off because they didn't want the attention.
Well, exactly. That's what I'm saying. You put her on because you want the attention.
But the fact of the matter is, here's a couple of things. If you can take this off.
Yeah.
The fact of the matter is that they're hypocrites. Because 3 or 4 of those members on that team, Diana Taurasi being one of them, were rookies when they were first on the Olympic team.
Yeah, Diana Taurasi's up there in age already, man.
But when she was a rookie,
yeah,
she was on the Olympic team. 3 of her teammates that are on the Olympics right now were rookies on the Olympic team. So they have a history of the last 3 or 4 incarnations of the U.S. women's national basketball team of having a rookie on the team.
Maybe they're sparing her, dude.
So it's not unheard of. And they came out and said, well, the reason why we don't want her, they didn't say because she didn't deserve it. They didn't say because she wasn't one of the 12 best players. They said because they didn't want to piss off her fans who would be upset that she was not going to get a lot of playing time. And then you have all these people coming out of the woodwork saying, well, is she one of the best 12 players? Because maybe she is, maybe she isn't. That has never been the argument. The thing about putting together an Olympic team is it's not about putting together an all-star team. It's about putting together the best team and the best things that you will need, right?
Yeah, you need balance.
You need balance. And if you don't believe me, we have a Spur that has a gold medal.
Yeah.
Keldon Johnson. In fact, Draymond Green wanted Keldon Johnson on the team. Got Keldon Johnson on the team. I know Pop was coaching, right? But Draymond Green oftentimes said that, remember, they struggled early on in the Olympics. Who did he credit for bringing the team back?
Keldon Johnson.
Keldon Johnson. And it wasn't necessarily what Keldon was doing on the court, although he did have a game or two where he did well.
He was a great teammate.
He was a great teammate.
Yeah.
He was getting people amped up during practice. He was psyching people up. He was doing all the locker room stuff, and he was getting people, he was saying the right things. He was the hype man.
Yeah, he was funny.
He was
dude.
the Flavor Flav of that team.
He was funny, making them laugh behind the scenes and all that.
Getting the pressure off of them. He knew his role. Was Keldon Johnson at any point the top 12 player in the NBA? No. Was he one of the top 12 players that were available? No, it's because they were creating a team. Now tell me this. How many players out there in the WNBA can shoot a three like Caitlin Clark?
Yeah, but what is she going to do for the locker room, just like you said with Keldon?
Who cares?
What do you mean who cares? It matters.
On the court, Keldon Johnson was not elite at anything on the court compared to...
But he was a great locker room presence.
Right. But what I'm saying is on the actual court, there is nobody on the women's team who can shoot like Caitlin. And that might actually be a thing. They left her off because they are haters. Because they are absolute haters. And now the mocking that she's getting. Do you think that any other player would be mocked that way? Now, when she tried to sell it, dude, yesterday I was officiating a basketball game yesterday, right? Where I saw a player do that neck movement thing 6 times. And I told the coach, he faked it all 6 times. Yeah, he faked it all 6 times. Why did I call it? Faked it 6 times. Did Caitlin try to sell it? Yes. Okay. But the hatred for her right now is obscene. It's obscene. And now they've gone from going out there and trying to foul her aggressively. Now they're outright making fun of her on the court.
Yeah.
And now they're excluding her from the Olympic team. No one said that she was going to be the starter. I don't think she would have expected to be a starter for the Olympic team. But to tell me that she doesn't have a skill set that no one else can bring to the table is nonsense.
Look at this. Chris Gonzalez. She's half a player. All she can do is shoot.
But you know what? So is Steph Curry.
She's a turnover machine, Mike.
So is Steph Curry. Turnover machines, and all they do is shoot threes.
I see that, Tim Gonzalez. I see what he tagged us in.
What's that?
He went ahead and tagged us. And, we go ahead and let the listeners also, dictate what we talk about. So he just wanted to say congratulations to San Antonio's own Ariana Robertson. She's decided to go to Duke. So
very cool.
Congratulations to her.
That is very cool, man. 3-pointers made per game. Caitlin Clark right now is second in the league in the WNBA right now. I mean, I'm trying to figure out the disconnect. You have to ask yourself the question, is she one of the 12 best players in the WNBA? And even if she isn't, does she have a skill set that would allow her to do what she needs to do? 16 points per game. Her 3-point shooting this year, 33%. Not as great as she was in college, but again, all eyes are on her. So I don't know, man. I just didn't like the excuse. If they had come out and said, we do not feel that she's one of the 12 best players, I would have been okay with it. But when they came out and said, we didn't want to piss off her fans, that means she is deserving. We just don't want to deal with the headaches that come along with the rock star.
Yeah.
And that is wrong, dude. That is punishing her for having popularity. That's wrong. Again, I could have accepted the idea of, well, she's just not good enough yet. We have a better team. We're going to take Kelsey Plum. We're going to take whatever, right? We want a more experienced team. And it's not like the women's national team isn't going to win every game by 50 points anyway. Right?
Yeah. But you know what? I have some information here that was interesting to me because I was looking at, stuff that we're going to talk about here, during the show.
Yeah.
And one of those things is, of course, what's happening right now with the WNBA since Caitlin Clark came out on the scene, right?
Right.
And how she's actually helped the WNBA. So I'm going to show this stat right here. So The WNBA released a report saying attendance is up 156% from last year, and more than half of all WNBA games this year have been sellouts. About 400,000 fans have attended WNBA games this season, filling WNBA arenas to 94% capacity.
Yep.
And that's the Caitlin Clark effect, dude. Angel Reese effect, you know? So, I mean, the WNBA is seeing a resurgence here of their brand. I mean, people are watching, and it's clearly evident, as you said, when you have ESPN stating, you know what, we're going to go ahead and televise WNBA games in lieu of putting on the MLB games on the ESPN network instead of the flagship ESPN. Now with the WNBA games are on there, and now the MLB games are on ESPN2.
Yeah, she's big league, and it's what people want to watch.
The ratings, the ratings dictate what they're gonna put out there in the eyes of the people, man.
All right, we have some breaking news coming in, not sports related, but it's not entertainment related either. But we talked about the fact that Trump was convicted of 34 felony charges back in the day last week or a couple of weeks ago. Hunter Biden, president's son, guilty in a federal gun case, faces 25 years in prison. This just came down the past few minutes or so.
I was reading that too right now. I was looking at that.
So apparently he just walked out of court with his mom, First Lady Jill Biden.
You know what's funny? They not funny, but they talked to President Biden, right, about a week ago.
Mm-hmm.
And they said, are you going to pardon your son if he's convicted? He says no.
No.
Yeah, he said no, absolutely not.
And he shouldn't.
Yeah.
He shouldn't. Other stories. Aaron Rodgers, missing in action. Did not show up for a mandatory Jets training camp.
Coach says unexcused absence.
Wasn't he? He was injured on the first drive of the first game that he was with the Jets.
That's him for you, man. He's a weird ass, bro. He's a freaking weird ass, man. He's out there, man. Why would you not go?
Because you're a dick. That's why.
Yeah.
Robert Saleh, the head coach of the Jets, saying, quote, he knew that the four-time MVP would not be present, saying, quote, there was an event that was very important to him that he wanted to go to, but it was considered an unexcused absence regardless, right? An important event to him. What was he on? Pat McAfee's show?
Oh, no, he can't be on the show no more. You know what happened? Pat McAfee, that was his boy. But then you know what? Aaron Rodgers is going to do Aaron Rodgers, bro. And he said some dumb stuff, man.
Dude, did you see this video real fast?
Oh, dude.
Of the bull?
I saw that. I had retweeted it earlier, man. That poor woman, man.
Oregon Rodeo.
Jeez, bro. That's brutal, man.
Okay, so a bull went on a rampage, according to TMZ, at an Oregon Rodeo Saturday night. It's not going to be euthanized. They're just going to take it someplace else. They're not going to turn it into a steak of some sort. But at that rodeo, some madness occurred, man.
They showed what happened. There was video of somebody who had taken the video of that same bull in the actual rodeo, right? He was in the ring, and the bull was just running around.
Here it is.
And he jumped out.
Here it is. Here's the video.
Yeah, this is
where
all the
rodeo
madness.
in Oregon. And, you know, sometimes they attack the cowboys, the riders, right?
Yeah.
This thing just jumped over the fence and into the crowd. They're trying to corral him.
He just jumped right over the railing, dude.
This is scary, man. Can you imagine being in the first, second, or third row?
Dude, this is like an SUV coming at you, man. Come on.
2,000-pound vehicle come your way. Whoa!
Whoa, dude. Look at that leaping ability. He gone, dude. And then what happens is the madness that ensued after he jumped the railing.
He went down the concourse.
Yeah.
That is crazy. I'm going to show that jump again.
That's like a 30-inch vertical?
I mean, Reed Shepherd would be proud.
Damn.
42-inch max.
Dude, look at that.
Look at that thing, dude. Behemoth.
Boom.
Joshua A. coming out and saying that's why you don't have rodeos in Oregon. Sit's coming out and saying that's LeBron James of Bulls. Chris Gonzalez was not a charge or a block. That was a charge. And oh, by the way,
where's the rodeo clown? There was not one in there, dude.
So after this, by the way, this is all courtesy of TMZ and TMZsports.com. But that sucker kept going down the concourse.
Man, poor
Holy-
woman, dude. I mean,
oh my God.
she had no idea, dude. Like by the time she saw the bull, it was over, dude.
This was like Pamplona, the running of the bulls.
And he just keeps going, man.
I'm gonna show that again. Double up. Oh my God. He juggled the chick.
I thought she
Oh
was
my
dead, dude. I thought
God.
she was dead, man. She got trampled, head butted. I mean, she
Dude,
was out cold.
She's out by the exits. Come on. Here it is in super slow-mo. How many times does she get hit?
Couple times, bro. Somebody getting sued, man. Look at that. By the time she realized what's up,
Oh my God. From the front, back,
boom,
head. Almost got her almost threw her into a table.
and trampled her ass, and then took off.
That is brutal, dude.
Damn.
That is brutal. So she's okay, huh?
Apparently, I mean, she was taken away, by EMS or what have you. The ambulance came and picked her up, but I mean, she's obviously going to be dealing with some stuff,
Wow.
Who's going to fit that medical bill? Unless you signed a waiver when you went in saying that you're not going to hold them liable.
I don't think you can hold. I don't think anyone signs a waiver saying that that they're not going to be safe in the crowd or in the concourse area. You know what I'm saying?
Well, maybe sometimes they have that in the price of the ticket. It'll say that on the ticket. You're accepting this ticket. You're also going ahead and saying that you're not going to hold this liable.
I'm reading that the rodeo had the balls to continue with bull riding the rest of the weekend
Jeez,
without any incident. They didn't say, you know what? Maybe we should stop this. By the way, so next month, and I want to have the story now because I posted this on Twitter yesterday. Going to entertainment news. If you want to do the entertainment bump.
Oh, yeah. Let's read this real quick. $5 chat from the Drew Show. He said, from the Drew Show, if I were in Canada, I'd give Caitlin Clark citizenship. She should medal on the team. Also, T.I. got 1 year, 1 day, and paid $101K in restitution on federal gun conviction.
T.I., that was back in like 2009 when that happened. I know because I was going through my first divorce back then. And I was at T.I.'s last performance before he went to prison, which was over at what is now the Tobin Center downtown.
Oh, man, look at that. Sith said she's okay. She was at breakfast the following day. Bro, she's tough, man. Jeez.
I'd be suing some insurance.
So entertainment bump?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right.
So if you want to show my screen, you're seeing a lot of memes coming out right now of American Pie. So this is the remember that girl and that one time at band camp?
Hey, man, low key, she's kind of hot, dude.
Allison Hannigan. She
Yeah.
went on to go do How I Met Your Mother and all that stuff. So the reason why these memes are coming out is because in the next few weeks, it's going to be the 25-year anniversary of this movie. American Pie was released back in 1999. I've seen this movie with my daughter. Again, these are movies that could never be remade now, right?
No.
Okay, so how we talk about things like Pretty in Pink, 16 Candles, the donger. You can't have the donger anymore, right? You can't have the fact that Jake Ryan, allowed his girlfriend to get raped, right, by Anthony Michael Hall's character, right? All of that stuff. The scene in American Pie that people get upset about that are young right now is the fact that Nadia, remember the foreign exchange student?
Oh, man, the Doritos girl, too.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh, she was.
Yeah.
That she was out there with getting videotaped, live stream. Remember when they were trying to catch her stripping?
Yeah.
And they encouraged her to go in there and say, ask if she needs another hand because they have a live stream of her touching herself, right?
Yeah.
But the fact of the matter is that this movie is 25 years old. And because it came out in 99, I was 22 years old. It means something to me. And I like the sequels, man.
It was funny.
American Wedding, which was awful, but it's still funny, man, because
Yeah.
Sean William Scott out there doing so well. But here's the
Stifler.
thing. This Stifler is great. This movie went on to make $250 million.
And it was probably not even cost that much to make these films.
Do you know how much these actors got paid?
Probably like nothing.
Sean William Scott, Stifler, got paid $8,000. She got paid 10% higher than Scale. Scale is basically minimum wage for actors. Now, some of the bigger names may have gotten a little bit more, but the actors didn't get paid anything. And when they signed their original contract, they said if there was a sequel, they would get paid the same amount.
Oh man.
So Allison Hannigan said, no. That they had to stand tall and say that they were not going to do a sequel under those contracts. But because they had a desire to go American Pie 2, 3, American Wedding, and all that stuff, they kind of renegotiated. But they never really said how much they made. But to think about the fact that you make $250 million and these guys only got paid $8,000, and they probably got nothing on the back end.
Oh yeah, you know what? They probably don't even have nothing from the streaming rights.
Yeah, that's exactly it.
Yeah.
But American Pie, 1999. Give me a letter grade for American Pie.
Oh, American Pie, the original?
Yeah.
Yeah, that gets an A+ bro.
Yeah,
that was kind of like our modern day Porky's, you know?
I'll give it in the A range. I'm looking at a photo right now. I like the little brother of Stifler who idolized his older horny brother, right? And he was like, "Oh my God, this is the greatest thing I've ever seen in my life."
The funny part in here was the friend that was after Stifler's mom.
Yeah. Finch. Here's Stifler's mom right here with Finch.
Oh,
and
man.
He goes, "Do you have anything to drink?" She's like, "We have the keg upstairs." And she goes, "That's for the cretins. I'm looking for the good stuff, the liquor."
There you go.
He goes, "I got some scotch over here, aged the way I like it, 18 years." She has gone on to say that young guys have been going up to her for years, and that she's indulged in it. She has gone on to say she's now an Emmy Award winner.
Hey man, if this really happened, you know everybody would be calling him legend. Dude.
She says
he would be a legend.
She says that she's gone on and banged dozens of dudes who are like, want the Stifler experience, not the Stifler, want the MILF experience.
Yeah.
Finch. By the way, the term MILF came from this movie.
Yeah.
Okay, it became popularized because of this movie, but the idea of going after the cougar was kind of born here, because I don't remember back in the day when I was in my early 20s, before this movie, going, you know what, I want an older woman. This became the thing later on.
Look at this. Sid says, "I was 4 when this movie came out."
Yeah. Oz, the character Oz, probably a weak link in the movie, but the fact that he goes on and he goes from playing lacrosse to singing in the choir because he liked the prissy choir orchestra chick.
Yeah,
that was kind of funny. The guy in the middle, who was a little big league back in the day, or no, Rookie of the Year.
Oh yeah,
he was the pitcher in Rookie of the Year.
What was the name of the blonde that came out in his love interest? What was her name?
Tara Reid.
Oh man, she is freaking horrible, bro. I've met her several times in real life, right?
Really?
And the guy that was doing Sharknado with her, Ian Ziering.
Yeah,
we interviewed him one time, right?
From 90210.
From 90210. We're at a convention, right? And we had media credentials, and we're walking around, and they have the actors there from Sharknado. She was just horrible, bro. Like everybody was trying to talk to her, and she was awful.
Really?
I just went straight up to Ian Ziering, right, and asked him, "Hey man, do you mind if we interview for Sharknado?" "Yeah, sure, guys, whatever, man." You know, he was so happy, he was so welcoming and everything. And then you had her over there in the corner, right? And he's talking to us, and she's getting into it because somebody went up to her and asked her for an interview. And he just kind of looks over there, and he's like, he could tell he was tired of her, man.
She is proof
that awful.
She is proof that guys don't like skinny chicks.
No,
you gotta have some curve to you, man. Tara Reid was kind of cute in Van Wilder, kind of cute.
Man, she didn't age well, bro.
She didn't. No, she got all that face, that reconstructive, just that
she got that
surgery.
Fake tan. She was orange. No,
yeah,
man.
But you go back in time. Look at the Shannon Elizabeth on the far right had a pretty decent career. Jason Biggs ended up going and doing Orange is the New Black. He was part of that show. Eugene Levy, who was a legend beforehand, goes on to Schitt's Creek.
He's great, dude.
Iconic role of the patriarch of the family.
Yeah. Schitt's Creek is such a great series, bro. It's so funny, man.
Yeah. It's all good. Even that, I forgot her name in the middle. She's got a big career as well, man. She has a show on Hulu. Sean William Scott, is he the biggest winner of this movie?
Jeez, man.
Dude, the guy bats 1,000 with me. Dude, if you were to go to Sean William Scott's movie list, right?
Oh, he's still making movies, bro.
Okay. The movies that I've seen of Sean William Scott: Goon, was a good movie. Okay, he's a voice character actor in the Ice Age, right? I like the American Reunion movie. Balls Out was funny. Dude, Role Models was great. That was so great.
I forgot about that stupid ass movie. That movie was funny.
Have
dude.
you seen Mr. Woodcock?
Yes. Dude.
Oh, with Billy Bob Thornton and Susan Sarandon, how he hates his high school coach.
Yeah.
And this high school coach starts banging his mom.
he makes like great he's a great comedic performer, right?
Yeah.
In movies. Comedy is his niche.
Yeah.
You know?
He was also in Road Trip.
Oh, dude. That's one of these movies that would never be made now.
Right.
But Road Trip is such a great guy movie, dude. It's like pendejadas that you're gonna do on the road with your buddies, you know, and making fun of everybody. It's hilarious, dude.
Final Destination was one of his first movies as well. Yeah. Remember, he was the dorky guy that got off the plane. Dude, where's my car? And then you're gonna put the food and put it in my bag and I leave.
Dude, where's my car? That's such a stoner movie, bro.
Dude, and then he has that one kind of iconic scene in Old School when he is with Will Ferrell. Will Ferrell shoots himself with a dart in the neck.
He's like, better watch it, man. That thing can put down a hippo or something like that. He's like, bro, you just took it right in the throat.
He's like, yes. He's like, you crazy, man. Crazy. I like you.
He falls right on the damn, was it the table with the cake and everything? Old School, man. It's such a great movie, dude.
It is a great movie, but look at Sean William Scott's just his movie list here. Dukes of Hazzard, he was actually pretty decent in. You know, there's so much. Movie 43, he has had a very interesting career. And if you ever see him get interviewed, Joe, he never comes off as being a douchebag.
No, dude.
He's like just like a normal guy, Midwestern guy. He goes, dude, it's just a role, but I do it very well.
Yeah.
Oh, Mario Cavasso is bringing up the question about Amy Smart. All right. Amy Smart. I will say this about Amy Smart. She is perfection. I know you want to have the girl with the whipped cream bikini and Varsity Blues, right? But you know, Amy Smart, who was Mox's girlfriend, did it for me. She also got kind of semi-nude in Road Trip.
Yeah. You know what? You just put her in some jean shorts and some cowboy boots? There you go, Mike.
Just friends, baby. Okay, we're going to do that. Demon Mike time. And I don't know why every time I go onto your page, it goes to Felicia.
I don't know what the hell, dude.
I saw this performer at the CMA Fest in Nashville over the weekend. Her name is Samantha Stroh, has 5,647 followers. She performed over at the John Bon Jovi bar, which, by the way, just opened up this past weekend, just in time for CMA Fest. We got to ask the question, is she a nugget? Okay. So first of all, I got to show a particular photo of her because everyone around us was like, dude, her thighs are insane. Crack a walnut, insane. Nugget?
Yeah, why not, dude?
Nugget?
Why not?
Okay, so this was her performing over the weekend, right? But I was going on her Instagram page, and I was like, okay, well, she has nice wedding photos, whatever. But look at that thigh, dude. Look at that leg. Is that a little too much? I mean, look, that crack a walnut, dude. Crack a walnut.
Yeah, even Mike needs an intro.
It's a little scary. Oh, that's true. Look at this. Look at this. Look at that thigh.
Liv Morgan is
what
better.
What is this?
Hey, that's what I'm saying.
Can't Liv Morgan sing, though.
It don't matter, dude. Have you seen her?
I mean, okay, first of all, she's a nugget, dude. She is hot, right? But I was actually frightened by her thighs. Look at this shot right here. I was frightened by that. It's like a growth.
Oh, God.
Samantha Stroh. Not bad, dude. Not bad. So what would the Demon Mike intro be?
I don't know, man. We have to come up with some jingle. We had that little jingle on the tablet. That bound chicka wow wow.
Nice.
You bring that out, man.
She was a good performer, dude.
It would be like an old jingle from some old porn from the 70s or 80s
That is funny.
Oh,
There's a
man.
performer that is going to be in San Antonio this weekend. Her name is Juliet Cole. I'm gonna look her up real fast.
Go ahead.
She's performing here in San Antonio. I saw her perform while I was in. Actually, she's Juliet Cole. Let me see here. I gotta find her name. But her name is Julie Cole. She'll be performing here in San Antonio this weekend. Whitney Cummings is coming to town. I got tickets for that.
Nice.
Are you a Whitney Cummings fan?
No, man, I'm not really into country, dude.
No, Whitney Cummings is a comedian.
Oh yeah, no, I mean, I'll watch some of it, but I don't really care for it all that much. Depends on. It has to be somebody really well known.
Yeah,
that I'll go see.
Well, Whitney Cummings was the creator of Two Broke Girls on CBS. She also created a show called Undateable, and also another show called Whitney.
Well, I thank her for Two Broke Girls because I'm a Kat Dennings fan, dude.
Oh yeah, so she was the showrunner. She was the creator of the show.
Yeah,
she's performing at the LOL Comedy Club. I'll be there Friday night at the 9:45 p.m. showing.
Chris Gonzalez, no, Mike, that thigh is a good piece of meat. You're not gonna go see Grupo Frontera? You're gonna see that's too ethnic for you?
No, man. I'm good, dude. I'm good.
Well, we know you ain't gonna go to No Tejano, bro. You don't like it.
This is Julia Cole is her name.
Julia Cole. Okay, you got her on the screen right now?
Yeah.
All right, let's go ahead and go there. There she is.
Yeah, she was cute, dude. She was cute. This is not a Demon Mike necessarily segment. But Julia, I'm gonna look up her Instagram for bigger photos. Julia Cole is performing here in San Antonio this weekend. Has 183,000 followers online, but she's performing here in town. Let's see where she says she's performing. Let's see here. She's in Corpus tomorrow.
Corpitos.
At the Brewster Street Ice House. Not bad, dude. I'm getting into country music, man. And maybe that's my thing. Maybe it's not Tejano. Maybe it's country music, man.
Yeah. Hey, man, I had a great time story. I have a story to share with you guys, man. So on Saturday, man, my cousins, they're like, hey, man, we're going to go to the bar. And she come up and pull up. Mm-hmm. I'm like, F it, dude. I'm going to go. So I go out there and I take one of my boys with me. One of my best friends lives like a block away from me, 2 blocks away from me. So I said, come on, man, I'm getting you out of the house today. We're going to go hit up the bar, dude. This is one of these moments, bro, where I don't know what the hell happened, man. Full disclosure, I was bar hopping, right? So I went out there, hung out with my cousins, and we hadn't gotten together, because they missed my birthday because they were all busy. They were out of town and whatnot. So I go to the bar, and then they have like a gift for me. They have a bag waiting on the table for me. And they're like, man, we got you. You don't even worry about anything. Man, the buckets of beer just kept coming, bro. And then I was sitting down talking with them, and the waitress comes up to me and she goes, it's your birthday. She goes, since you're celebrating your birthday here, even though it's past, we give everybody who has a birthday, celebrating a birthday, we'll give you a free shot. Name whatever you want to drink. So I got me a shot of Jameson. They gave me a big pour too, man. I was like, oh, it's gonna be a little pour, man. This is like a 3-4 finger pour.
Nice.
I'm like, oh, I'm not gonna turn it down. So I drank that, dude. Then we went to another bar, and I was out there drinking with them, some of my cousins' friends and stuff. We went out there, hung out. Before I knew it, dude, I was out here at freaking Hooters by 151.
Yeah.
And I was just looking at my best friend, and I was like, how the hell did we get here, bro? Like, what's going on?
And ain't nothing better than a free drink, dude.
I drink myself sober, though, because when I had Hooters, I drank a couple more beers. I was all right.
Dude, okay, so you talk about drop beers, right?
Yeah.
Nashville, the hotel I stayed at, had a free happy hour.
Yeah.
So they served drinks for everybody for free, right? Like an hour and a half, but it was only like 4 drinks that they had there.
Yeah.
These guys were showing up because beers cost about $10 on Broadway, right? 10, 12 bucks. Dude, I saw this guy. I'm just sitting there, and he brought a case of beer. I had 2 or 3 cocktails. I saw him down an entire case by himself and never got up to go to the bathroom. Who are these people? How do you train for that?
Yeah, man. You just drink the beer. Dude. Once you break the seal, then you got to keep going. Yeah. But you just don't think about it. You're having a good time. You're drinking beers or whatever. It's all good, bro.
Hand of a fist saying, bro, turn in your Mexican card, MJ. Hey, I like watching girls dance Tejano, but I don't want to hear the music, man.
boom, boom, boom.
Boom,
You don't want to hear the
boom,
you don't want to hear the
boom,
accordion,
boom,
bro.
Boom, 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 boom.
You don't hear that accordion, dude? Come on, the accordion,
does
bro.
nothing for me, dude. Does nothing for me.
I mean, I bet you anything, bro. You go and get you near Tejano, you're gonna start tapping your foot, not even noticing, dude. It's in your DNA, bro.
Hasn't happened yet.
Oh, come
My
on.
dad loves Tejano.
Come
Dude.
on.
I remember back in the day, dude. My dad used to listen to KEDA 1540 AM. It's still etched in my brain.
Yeah.
And they had this this commercial back in the day, back in the 80s and 90s, that played every freaking hour. And I'd be with my dad driving in this blue Chevy.
You know, they
And
had that
radio-
awful 80s intro,
It
that
was- it
the
was-
lasers.
Yeah, and it was this guy with this god awful voice going, Radio Jalapeno,
What was that
ahora
station,
en
dude?
estéreo,
No.
That's what you would hear, and it sounded like that. It was gimmicky, but
Yeah.
that's etched in my head. And I remember I ran into an old friend of mine from middle school who used to hang out with us back
Sean?
in the day. No, different friend. This guy named Richard. And I remember the last time I saw him, I hadn't seen him in 30 years. He did the Radio Jalapeno
Yeah.
jingle because when he saw me, he remembered my dad playing that in the car, and it was just the commercial from KEDA. They had the big old jalapeno logo. I remember going to missions games at VJ Keefe, and they'd have like booths up there. That's so funny.
You remember that old? They still have it here, I think. Here, the station, La Ley, the law, La Ley.
Okay, Mario Cavazos remembers Radio Jalapeno. He remembers it.
Radio Jalapeno. They used to have a handful of like Tejano stations back in the day. There's not very many left here in San Antonio anymore.
No, they're not, man. My friend was telling me the other day that there's a radio station here in town called 97.1 FM that it's like throwback jams of like the 90s.
Oh, yeah,
R&B.
yeah.
I didn't even know it existed. Or
You'd be listening to some Jodeci.
Yeah. Is it 97.1 or 97 something?
97.1 FM.
Yeah.
Let's see. They have 97.1 FM, but I don't know if it's here in San Antonio. I know they have another throwback station here.
Yeah, there's some sort of throwback station going on, and it's playing Jodeci and
Because that's
Shy.
KJ 97, dude. 97.1, that's KJ
No, okay,
97.
okay,
That's
so-
a country station.
is it 91.7?
Nah, it has to be something else.
I got to figure out which one it is, but San Antonio throwback station. Let me see. Throwback radio station is. I don't think it's 107.5 The Vibe. 107.5 The Vibe is fine, but there's a station out there that I had never heard of before that is like doing throwbacks right now. I got to check that one out.
Hey, you know what? One thing we're going to do real quick before we start bringing the show to an end here?
Yeah.
We're going to give a quick shout out, man, to the San Antonio Brahmas, man. They went ahead and won the XFL Conference Championship. So now they're going to go ahead and play now for the UFL Championship as they go and face the Birmingham Stallions. And the Birmingham Stallions, they're 10-1 in the season. Guess who's the only team to beat the Birmingham Stallions during the regular season?
Let me see. Is it
The Brahmas.
Did they wear black and gold?
Yeah, it was the
Black
Brahmas.
and yellow, black and yellow.
So I'm going to root for the Brahmas, man. Good for them. Hopefully they go ahead and bring the chip too.
Where's the
San
championship
Antonio.
being played at?
I don't know, man. I don't know where it's being played. You know what? I think I do. It's going to be played here in San Antonio, I believe, on Sunday, on Father's Day.
We gotta talk about that. Father's Day.
Father's Day.
I mean, if you really wanted to go, would you go on Father's Day? I mean, wasn't this the
If
league?
my dad wanted to go, I would take him.
Wasn't this the league that started on Easter?
Yeah, on Easter.
And everyone was making fun of it, but then you were on Easter Sunday with family,
Yeah.
and you're like, well, we got to watch something on TV.
Well, I watched. You see, the reason that I like
they were
watching,
smart. They were smart.
Yeah, the reason that I like watching the Brahmas is that I have something in common because my dad, he's disabled, right?
Yeah.
So he's not very mobile, but I'll go and hang out with him every now and then, you know, on the weekends or what have you. And he's watching the games. He always wants me to watch the Brahmas games with him. So I've been watching the Brahmas games with him. And I was watching the game where they beat the Birmingham Stallions. And
Wow.
he was getting all excited for it and everything. So, I mean, it's something that I have in common with my dad. If he did want to go watch the championship game, I would take him.
I'll go just to bet on it.
Yeah.
I'll go just to bet on it, man. By the way, I was talking about that country star Julia Cole. She's performing at the Rock Box
Yeah.
downtown.
Look at this $5 chat from the Drew Show. Appreciate you, Drew, man. We really do. And look at this. He says San Antonio Brahmas attendance is some of the lowest in the league. Failed by SA. Never get another major league sport ever.
Well, this isn't a major league sport. It's just UFL football, dude. I mean, it's minor league sports, dude. It's more minor league
Jeez.
sports. And if we're ever getting anything that is related to sports. It's because we're going to be considered a metroplex with Austin.
Look at this, man. St. Louis is packing 30 to 40K a game. San Antonio Brahmas don't even get to 10K.
Man, I remember I was there.
It's in St. Louis. They're saying the game's in St. Louis.
About a month ago when they were like, are you here for the Brahmas game or are you here for the rodeo? I'm not the rodeo, the Fiesta Carnival.
Oh, hey, check this out, Mike. Free brunch at Spurs Club on Father's Day.
Oh, I know. I got to get my reservations in, my man. I'm actually on my way over there right now. They're not going to let me in because I got too much scruff.
You got to wear a blazer.
Nah, the dress code there is okay. Just wear no running shoes, and you got to have a collar.
Let me ask you, man. Are you a fan of the blazers that have the little pads for the elbows?
I'm not a what's it called, a professor. So no, that's specifically designed for the professor look. Now I will say this: I have become like Jeff Garcia from Locked On Spurs at Ken's 5. He likes to wear a blazer with jeans.
There's nothing wrong with that, bro.
I'm starting to do that more often.
Nice jeans and a nice blazer. It's classy,
well,
bro.
the thing is that when it came to blazers, what I didn't realize was, I'm of an odd size.
Yeah.
So I'm of an odd size.
Probably wider at the shoulders.
I'm stocky.
Yeah.
Right. And so I ended up going to Men's Warehouse, which, by the way, isn't like the best place to go get the place. It's not bad. I mean, people knock Men's Warehouse. I'm not going to knock it,
dude.
It's not. You get some fashionable stuff there, but it's not like,
They still have the tailor there.
Yes,
of course, man.
But the thing is that the guy goes, "You have an odd
body type,
like jacket size.
We're Mexicano, man."
Well, here's the thing. He was telling me, he goes, well, here's the thing. You have such a strange size that we don't carry it very often.
Yeah.
And he goes, in fact, look at all of our jackets here. There are 5 that fit you correctly, like perfectly, like to a T, just perfect.
Because the length of the arm, the chest, and the
length down and all that stuff. It's not too long. It's not too much. And I have other jackets where it's too much jacket on the length.
Yeah, man.
You have to get it tailored. Well, he was saying, here are the 5 jackets that fit you. And I said, how much do they cost? And I remember him going, does it matter? They fit you. So I got
it don't matter.
I got a black blazer. I got a navy blue blazer, and I got a checkered one.
They're probably going to run you 2-3 bills, dude.
Well, actually, one of them was expensive. One of them was $3.
Okay.
The second one I got for like $1, like $120.
That's not bad.
And then the third one I got for like $150. So I got all 3 for like $600 combined. It's just that one of them was $3 something.
Yeah.
And but I got more traveling to do. Someone reached out to me yesterday. I think it was David Outwater, saying that he feels lucky that I should feel lucky that I'm going all this traveling. Gonna go to Vegas in 3 weeks.
Nothing wrong with that, man.
4th of July weekend. It's my daughter's 21st birthday. We've been planning this forever. But really, this podcast, Joe, and my traveling is me getting over a divorce.
Yeah.
The divorce will be finalized by sometime this year.
And what was one of the things you decided to do after you finally came to terms with the divorce? What did you say you were going to do?
Just travel and knock out some bucket list items.
The most important thing I think you took out of the whole thing is not only are you going to travel, you're looking to enjoy the moments now.
Yeah.
Going out on trips, enjoying the moment, seeing what's out there on the road, having fun with friends,
Being stuck at home sucks.
Dude. You're having a good time now. Nothing wrong with that, dude.
Yeah. And I lost myself in that marriage, where, I used to be very extroverted. Like what I am now is cool.
Yeah.
And when I was a Samsung Sports Star, I was like that. But then I'd go home and I would just like revert into like dad mode.
Yeah.
And I kind of, just trying to.
Because it was a different life, bro.
It was a different life,
Yeah. You're finding you now. So that's not a bad thing. It's a good thing, dude. I'm happy for you that you're able to travel. And I think the listeners are happy that you're able to travel. You're able to go do these things and then come back with some great stories.
So Vegas in July. August, I'm taking my kids to Washington, D.C. Got to go to an LSU football game in September. Got a Saints game going on in October. Lots going on, man. Unless I want to go to Jerry World to watch the Cowboys play the Saints. I don't know. People going to try to fight me if I wear Saints gear out there?
Probably, bro. People get wild at the Cowboys games. They're obnoxious, man.
I love the way the Cowboys schedule has lined up. It has lined up for them to go 3-0.
Cowboys fans fight with their own fans,
then they're
bro.
gonna go 9-8 for the season, 8-9 for
Yeah.
the season. But they're gonna get off. We're gonna hear "We Dem Boys"
No.
with a soft
After they
schedule.
beat the soft teams in the NFL. Yeah, come on, man.
We Dem Boys.
Yeah, we them boys. We make noise. That's what one of my friends always tells me. My best friend. Every time the Cowboys are playing and they score a touchdown, it doesn't even matter, Mike. They could be like losing 38-0, and then they score a touchdown, and he goes, "You know it's coming. We them boys."
Drew Show saying WSOP is going on, Mike. Dude, I played the WSOP back in 2012. I outlasted 80% of the field, almost cashed in the one tournament I played over there.
Oh yeah, you were telling us that, and you met some good players. I mean,
yeah, Joseph Chong, who was a
Yeah.
November 9 guy.
And was it Hottie that you met over there?
Let me see here.
The one from Deal or No Deal.
Oh, Pilar Lastra.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good times. Good times. Everyone have a fantastic day. It is Tuesday here in San Antonio. No rain today.
Thank God.
Let's see what it's going to get up to today. What do you think?
It's gonna at least be 100 again, dude.
Dude, it was 80 degrees when I was in Vegas. In Vegas, Nashville. 89 degrees right now. It's going to get up to 96, 35. Oh, a 55% chance of rain today.
I hope not.
What? What? And the rain chances are over 55% between the hours of 6 p.m. and 7 p.m. So get home early.
We have an announcement to make, dude. I want to say congratulations to my son.
Yeah.
Because tomorrow, I don't know if I'm going to do the show tomorrow or you're going to have to do it remotely. I'll let you know.
Yeah.
Because I got to see what the move is, because my son's graduating tomorrow. So
nice.
he's going to be graduating. He's, of course, it's going to be held at the Alamo Dome, which all the north side, school districts, when they graduate, it's always at the Alamo Dome. So I'm going to see what the move is tomorrow. I don't know if we're going to be doing something with him the whole day. Or we're going to be doing breakfast. I got my sister-in-law, my nephew, flying into town. They're going to be over here with us. Whole family's getting together tomorrow. So congratulations to my son.
Congratulations to your son. Congratulations to you and your wife as well.
Yeah, thank you.
Going to make the announcement about the school?
Don't know, dude. He's still kind of thinking, man. He has so many options, dude. He kind of wants to go to Texas Tech. I feel like that might be the move for him.
I think it's a great play.
Yeah.
It's a great play because he gets away from home, gets to live on his own for a little while. He's still in the great state of Texas.
Yeah.
It's not too difficult to get there. What, a 5-hour drive maybe?
Yeah, 5-6 hour drive, dude.
It's not bad. The student body over there is very, very I don't want to say cult-like, but they're very, very passionate about what they do.
There ain't nothing else to do over there but go to school.
Go to school, and they got a big old lazy river on Texas Tech.
There you go.
White girl heaven.
Hey, you never know, man. But you know what? I told my wife, man, the way to this boy's heart is going to be through his stomach. He's going to have to get somebody that can cook, man.
Yeah, good luck these days.
Yeah, exactly.
Everyone have a fantastic day. Heading off to the Spurs Club. Hey, hit the like button on the way out. Thank you for all the super chats, by the way. And spread the word. We're at 909 strong. Let's get to 950 by the end of the month, man. We need your help. Appreciate it. See you guys tomorrow.